So just like I normally would do, I have to kind of take the name of the game, crown it a little bit. We had Ashes of Outland. We have the Year of Phoenix. Year of Phoenix. Ashes of Outland. Come on. And right now, we're having an expansion that I do know the name of. Holomance. Holomance. Academy. Alright. Whew. For those who are tuning in somehow, somewhere from another universe, but no one's gonna fucking watch me, right? Come on. No one's gonna watch me review cards. This is all just for my personal entertainment. Okay. Nobody else cares. Yes, I'm one of those super sad people. Okay, you're gonna watch my videos, you're gonna get very salty and sad. Or you can accept the reality that I'm actually an angry person and relate to me. Not just spit in my face and pretend that it's all sad. Sadness at the Darkmoon Faire. Yes, sadness. If you add one S, that's a very pretentious way to pretend that I'm a sad person. Okay? I'm not sad. I am just mad. And madness is correct. This last expansion of my life is a big deal. Just like Skullman's Academy was actually kickstarting my point rant sessions, okay? I sit down for 3 hours, I fucking start ranting, and that's my schoolwork. It's my schoolwork. I'm trying to learn the fucking magic that there is out in the world. It aligns perfectly with my life. And with Ashes of Outland, we introduce a new class, a new set of work entirely, attacking YouTube very directly. And so I have my own system ready to go full force and paint the dudes that I care about the most. How about Banned Road? Because there's a lot of banned cards that I'm gonna talk about have been introduced, and we have to talk in depth in like, what are they thinking? You know, what the fuck are you thinking when you're printing these cards? Please tell me. Okay, we're gonna talk about basically the madness of the developers. Okay, it's the best part, the most juiciest part is punching a programmer in the face. Believe me, it feels so good when you discover that they messed up, that they don't know what they're doing. First rule, okay? First rule, don't print support for already existing archetypes. It's now the last expansion. If you buff the archetypes that already exist, we're doomed. We're fucked. We're never gonna play Shaman or Warlock. Those classes are not existent. I like Shaman, but now I don't like Shaman, because now I kind of want to be competitive simply because losing a game feels bad, even though I pour in maximum amount of skill and deck building, all that stuff. None of that works in Standard. Just pick up the best deck and play it. You can switch a few cards. If you're a good deck builder, you can be proud of yourself. Oh, I switched a card and I made potentially a better deck. No one knows. No one can test it out 100%. But, you know, maybe it's almost like a small little competition. If you build a deck, Maybe I can boast myself on, no, I can't. You know why? Because people just want to take things for free. I can't create a box and ask people to pay a little bit, and I will reveal my deck code or something. People will steal it. People do whatever it takes to take things for free, because the loophole of payment is so difficult, nobody wants to do it. That's crazy, isn't it? Paying is so hard, nobody wants to do it. Come on, internet, you can do better than that. Embrace payment systems, do whatever it takes. Create internet money. Where's my Bitcoin? You know, where's that influx of just wallets without verification? The only thing that can do it is RuneScape. It's ridiculous. Okay, or some random fucking RPG that's just as powerful as RuneScape. Run, escape. Please, give me the gold. Okay? Give me the gold that I can trust and trade with people and it's valuable. And I don't have to worry about a ban or just illegal. Oh, that's illegal. We want to buy some packs. Are we asking too much? You know? Now the biggest drug of all time is digital currency. The biggest drug of all time. The governments all over the world would want to stop it, apparently. But we have to win this war. This is literally a war now. Hearthstone itself could fucking start trading gold if it really wanted to. Assholes too. Obviously, everyone would want to hack Hearthstone accounts now. But they already do. If they're not stupid. And thought about it for a second. Anyways. We're entering madness. This is a big deal for me. I'm gonna review cards. I'm gonna do way more than that, obviously. But now we can take it slow. I was trying to review this in 15 minutes. It's definitely impossible. We need a very specific tier list, right? Immediately we put things into a tier list. Okay. Tier list. I like 4. I like number 4. But there's also a number 0. So, useless. Waste. Decent. Good. And perfect. Too good. Okay. It's a perfect card. But sometimes perfect cards are printed in a way that they are broken. Okay, they break the game. Sometimes perfect card just has the perfect flavor, perfect balance. Everything is nice. So there's actually 2 conditions. Perfect or broken. Good or it could be tasteless. You know. Even that's possible. I don't think we care about the first 3 stars though as much to try and break it down into something. Yeah, tasteless means like it has no flavor. It's just a good card. Now, right now, it's unlikely to be a thing where it just tasteless cards show up all over. So let's see how many broken cards can we find. Does this line contain any broken cards? This is 3 damage, 3 lifesteal. Ridiculous. It's a ridiculous card. Luckily, Demon Hunter does not have spell damage minions. That's all we can hope for. But I don't think so. With this card, spell damage is so important. Demon Hunter will play spell damage minions. They will. They very much will play spell damage minions. And if something forces weird cards to be played, this is insane. This is the most flexible card I've ever seen as a board clear. And the Outcast is 1/1. It's a very nice tempo card. Not really overpowered or anything. Very nice. We've seen this before to some degree, but it's just so juicy, I would say. Because at 2 mana it's just the perfect space to put something down and start growing it. And Acrobatics is a juicy card draw. It's definitely a tempo card draw. When you truly run out of cards, and it could replace Ferocious Reader to some degree as well. Usually just want to force draw anyways. But you do, and you sometimes get stuck with a few cards in your hand. But you still have 10 mana, so Ferocious Reader doesn't quite get you there. Sometimes you want to keep cards as a Demon Hunter or whatever. So, Acrobatics, really nice card. Especially, the craziest part is they nailed the flavor. This is a very good card, I would say. They nailed the flavor of the Outcast mechanic. You don't just draw 4 or whatever. And most of the cards that you're gonna draw will have Outcast enabled. So with Throw Glaive, we go into the perfect or broken debate, basically. Throw Glaive. Again, if you're tuning in and you're like, wow, this guy is doing a very good job, I'm training myself as best as I can, and I get paid $0 for it. As long as YouTube lifespan was, because YouTube is on tier 1, it is useless for most people. It's only useful as a general use, okay? It's useless for most people who want to build a career, you know. But it's very useful for people who need to go through college. YouTube is your experience right now. There's 5 years that YouTube probably is going to still survive, and you need to get that college experience right now. If you get 3 years, it's probably good enough for you. If you have been watching YouTube for a while, 2 years is enough. If you find my channel, 1 year is enough. I may squeeze that portion into 1 year, but we have to be vigilant because everything changes all the time. It's 15 years and YouTube will cease to exist. It's 20 years in total of YouTube, but only Smosh can celebrate 15-year anniversary because they're the boss, okay? They're the boss. There's someone you will have to look up to, and we will have to discover that if they can actually win battles here, okay? I didn't quite put everyone in the list. I think I did though, and they're fighting each other, so you know they will create some fucking next level flavor, just like with Justin Bieber showing up. Like, he completely broke my scale. He's at top 10 right now. That's incredible. From 0 to a hero. But yeah, if you have a relationship with my teammates, with my girls that I selected, yes, you are a hero. You have spent time with an incredible person, and that makes you a fucking hero. You touched the sun. Congratulations. Obviously the sun is gonna come back and just annihilate you, but I'm just saying, Justin Bieber did pretty well. So, yeah, I'm gonna squeeze myself in as like the last year you can learn YouTube, and we're gonna go to the next stage. You have to build a career. This is the only thing you can use YouTube for is building a career. Just like right now, If you want to be a game developer, you have to think about actually making a fucking game and releasing it to... you have to think about mobile gaming most of the time, okay? You have to release apps and they have to be good quality. They have to be instant playable, okay? And that's gonna propel you as a game developer. I can't do that. I'm a little bit too late on this game. It's a very late game as well. You have to learn so many tricks and things you've never thought about learning. You can't just recreate Minecraft and get away with it. You can't. What about networking? What about just stealing the fame from Minecraft? How about stealing fame from Hytale? You know, everyone's gonna trash you from every direction. Every single community is prepared to trash the shit out of you if you try and offend Minecraft by releasing your version. And yet, I'm standing tall. Even if everything fails, I automatically graduate. It's just how it works. I graduate. Because they would know I would graduate anyways. I have spent so much time in game making realm. But I've also spent enough time to watch YouTube videos apparently. And I very much wanted to make a kind of educating series. Simply because I felt like I was consuming a lot of magic. If you consume TikTok, that's a lot of magic too. Because TikTok in a way is a tier 0 thing. It's almost like an interactive media of its own kind. It's not quite YouTube, okay? It has its own feeding algorithm and it has prepared itself to be potentially the backstabber of YouTube. It's gonna replace and make it more interactive. But TikTok is not the pivot point, okay? People can still make billions of dollars reinventing TikTok right now and figuring out how to, you know, cut off all these bad relations between China and America and all that shit, okay? Potentially TikTok is just another way of saying coronavirus, in a way, which is weird. Oh, we will steal all the data from you. Wait, they control TikTok that much? They own everything? They can steal data? What? Well, the true idea is TikTok has a lot of data, and that's the real thing. TikTok has a lot of data. Also, it's worth noting that Live Love follows also almost invents a letter like TikTok does, and I think that letter can be a very interesting addition to Magic. I can only guess what can propel this thing forward beyond YouTube. But just because YouTube is gonna be replaced doesn't mean YouTube goes away. YouTube goes for a second generation revival, and again, it's an opportunity for a lot of people. Create a new platform. We don't want the old platform, just like Hollywood potentially is too old for its kind. Okay? But it lasted long enough where it's the PowerPoint of everything, of culture itself, you know, for the rest of the world. Which is very nasty because now leftism is a side effect of this culture spread. And because now Hollywood is kind of turning into fourth generation thing, we can start saying rest in pieces Hollywood, basically. Just rest in pieces. Get the fuck off my face. Jesus Christ. Anyways. And don't look up to young celebrities as Hollywood stars. They have simply been picked up by adults. It's actually Adult Swim entertainment in a way. Adults running around children is well, smile for the camera, asshole, because I control your life and your well-being. But if you become a star, you become very rich. But not everyone becomes a star in Hollywood. That's another vicious cycle, I would say. So let's go back. Let's fall through the floors into Hearthstone. And Throwblade is a problematic card. It clears the board most efficiently. It's an auto-include. We know that for sure. In order to be perfect, it has to be auto-include in every Demon Hunter deck. It might even replace the most powerful Borkler so far invented, which is 2 mana. Clear everything with your weapon damage. It might even replace that. And it might even suck in a spell damage minion in your deck. And there's one specific dude, a demon, that doubles spell damage to minions. That's exactly what these cards are designed to do. But still Fel Scream would be amazing in that sense. Why not? You need a little bit of healing, and you clear all the other aggressive decks super easily that way. I don't know. I would take it, man. Find it... no. I guess it's fine. It's this amazing animation, but it sometimes blurs the image, but it's fine. It looks pretty cool. Because you can do that on a web browser. It's kind of weird. Alright, acrobatics and everything else got... It says auto-include flex or clear. Never been done before, and it's perfect as it is, because it's a new kind of concept, so you can actually overinvest into it. I can excuse that a little bit. Not much. I don't like the card, but we all already understand Demon Hunter is not going away. It's always going to be the class you're going to play. Always. Alongside with some other broken class. So there's going to be 2 buddies. And the other buddy is randomly generated. But right now it looks like the Paladin is going to survive. So we're talking about not making new archetypes appear, but is Demon Hunter and Paladin going to survive the onslaught of new cards? Potentially, but the idea of like, will they get a few new tools to just bump their power level to an unbeatable degree? You know, that's all we're looking for here. Because old decks were still playable in a way, but right now we're looking like in a second iteration of Demon Hunter and second iteration of pure Paladin. And that's what's going on here. And yeah, the Pen Flinger seems cute in Paladin, but it's a meme deck. For some reason it works very well, but that's because Libram of Wisdom is so fucking stupid. It's the most broken card as well. A perfect card. Dreadslord Bite is a nice little weapon. Nothing spectacular. But it is a tempo card. So it's playable, right? Immune this turn, it's really powerful, I would say. Ridiculously powerful. Sometimes you do want to remove something, and just having the immunity effect on a card, absolutely amazing. The most broken part is with Warglaives of Azeroth. At 9 mana, you clear everything. Regardless of how big your opponent minions are. You can go to 10 mana to clear giants. Relentless Pursuit is a good card, and I have no problems with it. Everything else is decent. Outcast costing 1 less is a way to cheat Skull, which is absolutely amazing for Demon Hunter. So it's probably a very playable card. A good card again. And this is just a Druid card. I don't know. Just a Druid card. Now, I didn't read every single card, so we'll have to read a few of them. I've just read the top portion of this, so know what this is all about. This is a 4/4 and draws a card if you corrupt it. And corrupt cards are decent, they're not broken, so I like it. I like the corrupt flavor, absolutely. They figure out something new. It's always welcome. 4 attack and 6 armor if you corrupt this. This is very decent. It's very much playable in... Now Control Druid is a questionable deck. Now Control Druid is getting so many bumps that you really have to question, is this some new deck going on? Discover a Secret is also pretty decent, because now we have a new secret, Open the Cages. There is more tempo secrets, basically, which is what you're looking for. And with this card you can squeeze, basically, empty mana crystals. Most notably in turn 1 to turn 2. If everything goes wrong, you still have something that's doing a lot of work. Other than that, it's just a good card. At least very well designed. I wouldn't call it like even a good tempo card or anything. It's just very well designed. But the most important part is the flexibility part. Every Discover card has its own flexibility, has its own power level bump when it comes to late game as well. This is not particularly powerful, but I think it does the job. You might even squeeze it into... It's not a good card, I would say. It's not necessarily a good card. But maybe you play this. Maybe you cast enough spells in general, so you would include this. Why not, right? Why not include like a 2 mana 4/4? Casting 5 spells is very reliable idea by the time you can play this at all in the first place, so yeah. Now poisonous minions are crazy. They're crazy. I would play 1 mana 1/2 that turns the Sporling, Infectious Sporling. I play it as a tempo card sometimes. Okay? It's really powerful. It silences the minion and everything. So this, it's pretty much similar to that. For 2 mana, you still have to juice it up, but you don't play Sporling on turn 1 anyways. So this is just appropriate. It's a perfect card, but it's a perfect card in the way that I enjoy perfect cards, okay? You wouldn't think like, oh, this is just well, this is a 1/5. Cripperian notably said, we haven't had a 1/5 stat line, except in one legendary card that was nerfed on Rogue, the secret generator. We have a new 1/5, and it's definitely broken in the way that I can appreciate it. Nicely broken 2-drop poison. I love this. So I'll say Throwglaive gets my approval. And Dancing Cobra gets the sparkles. I'm not giving stars to anything. I just give sparkles. It looks like a very cute card. Okay. Next line. Secret will cost 1. And this is just ongoing effect to Game Master. Very interesting. You can truly create a secret mage deck again. Revive it, I suppose. We'll see. Again, this is more of a push to an already existing idea, so it still works very well. I appreciate that they haven't just made a stupid card. Is it notable that some cards are stupid? Well, we haven't found any stupid cards. This would be very close on that list. This looks also very close. But Grand Finale is another broken card we're gonna have to talk about. So this is very important. Generating and summoning a bunch of elementals, very important for this card. And hopefully you cannot just clear 8/8 elementals. But in a way this is so broken because even though it's just a combo, it's a win condition. So you can still understand this as like truly how you make cards. They figure it out. How you make cards. Open the Cage is very interesting. It summons an animal companion. Most of the time your opponent will leave you with 2 creatures, and just playing a secret is its own benefit. So we probably just invented a kind of a broken card, actually. We have to question, is this good or broken? Because really it is on the edge of that. It intimidates your opponent, and it really summons a powerful creature for 2 mana. So man, I don't know what to think about it. It's just a very good tempo card, let's put it this way. You can't quite attack immediately after this is summoned at your turn, so you only get charge from Huffer. So yeah, it has its own flavor. It's pretty cute. It's almost like you summoning this 1 turn late. It's like it's a dormant thing, and it also has a condition, so it's a very well balanced Open the Cages thing. It's just a good card. I wouldn't say it's perfect in its design, because I don't know how it plays out. It's a little bit clunky in the way, you know, it's phrased and everything. It still brings back an animal companion. It's something that we always wanted to see, a card like this. So it's just a very good card. I like it. Trembling Rhino is almost like introducing a new keyword without introducing a new keyword, which is fine now, and I kind of understand what it's all about. It's a supplement for Rush, and it's a very unique way of, you know, putting it in a card game. I mean, most card games don't have Rush in a way that deals access damage, right? Well, I do know, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Also had the same problem, which is never ever having keywords, and it turned into a bloated game that nobody likes anymore, nobody can read through. I don't like this, but because this is a one-off, I can keep it that way. I can understand. But whenever something is introduced in the game, I would love for them to redesign or at least assign proper keywords to bloated cards like this. Because this still looks like 4 lines of trash that could be explained in one keyword, like breakthrough or something. Other than that, it's just a nice card. It definitely provides a combo potential. So, as a combo card, this is amazing. It's very flavorful, very good. You copy this, you smash small creatures, and most of the time your opponent can't do anything. This is actually a win condition for Hunter, a new win condition. And I played that sort of Hunter, and I did very well with it, so I'm very glad to see this card right now. I will say from the very beginning, before we even touch greater amount of Hunter cards, Hunter has a new deck. I will build it if I can actually even enter this contest of Theorycraft contest. I'll actually build them the deck, the Hunter deck. I think they are trying to already. No. I'll try and find it. Where's that stupid Theorycraft thing? Because I will build it for them. I'll build my favorite hunter deck. Maybe I'll get picked, you know? Who knows? Because I'm so passionate about the game, now it's more likely than not that I'm gonna be picked up. So yeah, you gotta enter those contests when you feel it. When you feel it bothers you, at least. That's a very good time to enter a contest, if something bothers you. And if it's super easy as well, then it really bothers you. I really like the name Sure Elementals, even though it's a reference to Firefly. And then with the grand finale, it's truly amazing. You hold on to your elementals, to the small ones, you draw this card. You probably even want to force draw this card. Win conditions like that are very rare. I think we're getting a lot of combo potential as well. And yeah, just very interesting. Grand finale, I think I will approve this. Yeah, okay. With sparkles. There's no problem with it. Ultimate win condition for Mental Mage. Perfect. Still, Zephyrus can negate win conditions, so if anything happens, you always have a perfect counter for these decks. So these decks are never gonna be OP, but it's still worthwhile. And yeah, most of the time with Zephyrus, you're actually gonna draw Zephyrus at the right moment. That's just how it works. And you're never gonna draw the grand finale. Because after all, you keep Zephyrus, you always want to draw it. You don't know if you want to keep grand finale though. So that's a big difference. This is why Zephyrus shows up just as often as grand finale would. Fizzy Elemental. And now Zephyrus is more powerful than ever before because, well, you just simply do it. You built your Highlander deck because of how many cards are available to you. And right now with a bump in the power level of cards, but also the developers figured out a juicy middle ground of like not exceeding power level too often. It still happens, I'm sure. Is Firework Elemental a decent card? It's quite a removal. It's very interesting. It might even turn into a combo. No, it's just a removal. I've seen one of those before. You need good elementals, and it's one of those. It's nothing spectacular, it's just a good card, right? Fizzy Elemental is also a good card. Well done. You know, it has Taunt and Rush. What else do you want in a card? And if you can cheat it out, it just does a lot. It's not necessarily like the best card ever. It might even be a good card, so I have to lay back. Because when we're talking about anything above 5 mana, you can't really say it's a good card unless it creates a deck or something. You know, it really has to make the deck to be played in the first place. Make the deck. Druid has a special condition of ramping and summoning big creatures, but I still don't think, well, it's a good card. I don't know. I don't have to think too hard. We just said like Druid actually can do this. Summon 3 and as you can realize, you know, like Hearthstone is a fucking apply to our university today sort of moment. Welcome to Hearthstone University. Apply yesterday. If you haven't applied yesterday, what are you doing, dude? You haven't played Hearthstone? Are you serious? Where else are you gonna find friends that are willing to accept your friend request? It's so easy as well. It's fucking weird. Easy to add people and easy for them to just confirm, and they do. They just do it. Doesn't bother them at all. And then you get some bonus quests as well for gold. But people are not friendly, people are just willing to be friends, right? That's completely different from being friendly. Yeah, I'm willing to get to know you if I can exploit you for some reason. Jewel of Nazat is a nice card. Doesn't necessarily do anything, because Hunter's never gonna play control, but yeah, sure. We can have that. I can say it's a good card, because you would make a deck around it, but it's just, in the current metagame, it's not interesting at all. So I don't know how this card truly works. Probably the spells are completely random, and it is fascinating. You can turn your small spell mage into something viable if you're running out of gas or something. But I really don't know how do you play this? What do you do with this? What do you expect from this? I don't know at all. Yeah, in small spell mage you boost your small spells. Maybe that's it. You boost it so you don't run out of value. You kind of play this control game in a way. You enter a control game. And with mage it's kind of easy to do that, so I can approve this. And just the randomness of spells. It's a fun card. It's nothing you need to craft, so I like this. It's a good card, let's put it this way. Simply because of the design, right? The Become a Weapon, this is also a very good card. It's very much playable at 3, and very much amazing as a weapon too. And when it does turn into a weapon, yeah, it's worth the wait, you know. These cards are very good, because for some reason developers just kind of know what to do with the late game, how to turn... Corrupt cards just basically can turn into late game cards very easily. So they're incredibly flexible tempo cards, I would say. And yeah, they just invented something very beautiful. This, however, Fel Hound, I don't like. And I say no, no, no to that. Because what just happened? We power creeped to an incredible degree. I don't think it was even a demon when it initially showed up at a 3/5 toned body for 4 mana. Insatiable Fel Hound is gonna get my seal of power creep. Okay. Power creep for 4 mana, 3/5 lifesteal. It adds a demon tag, I believe. It adds the ability for you to buff it, and with 1 less attack, you get to play this for 1 less mana. But it's the health that matters when it comes to taunts. It's just ridiculous. Such a ridiculous card. They power creeped it. I don't like it. Even if it's a perfect card and it's gonna be auto-included in every Demon Hunter deck, because it's also protecting all your small minions, so it immediately goes into every deck. Okay, it just fits every deck. I don't like cards like this, but we have to deal with it. We have to deal with... They very much felt the need to power creep a lifesteal minion because they have invented a new legendary. So it's just such a stupid deal, but they do it in a way. Now we see what's going on, right? If they want to invent some kind of legendary that combos with something, they will supplement it with stupid cards as well. Scenario Ward looks pretty cool. Has a combo potential with the what, Twilight or something? I don't care. It's an okay card. I don't even know if it's good. It looks good. It looks good though. And turns out Controlled Druid is now a thing, I would say, because of how much armor you can generate. If you can generate enough armor, you can become a control class. However, Controlled Druid is never a thing, because it can't remove creatures, and now more than ever before, removal is everything. Everything. The last expansion of the year, like, are you kidding me? Without removal, you're not going anywhere. However, with Grey Ball, it seals the deal. Control Druid is a thing, and this because it's indestructible pretty much. Indestructible. You literally have to kill it at least twice to get rid of it, because it has Taunt, and it can guard the minions that will resummon him anyways. To get rid of this creature is so impossible. It's almost like the 8 mana 4/8 that gets resurrected when you heal for 5. I don't quite remember the card's name, but it's a power creep of a Druid card that already existed. Oh boy, do I hate this card right now. Grey Bow gets my seal of thumbs down. Please, please die. We just power creep. Because Warrior has a 9 mana card that does a similar effect where it's just very impossible to kill it. This does the same thing pretty much. So I'm like so upset with this bullshit, but I'll take it. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this. I'll take it as a challenge. No. Because with the taunt, it makes perfect sense now. Now you have full control over this effect. So it's just stupid as hell. As this is a nice card. One wouldn't say it's a perfect. Legendaries are never perfect. Like a legendary weapon here. Discover a secret each time you attack. Because you can discover it, it's very powerful, but it's a legendary. And I don't give a fuck about that. Also, this is actually... Oh, yeah, it's a hunter card. Yeah. What else? What else is this gonna mean? And, yeah, for Zai, like, sure. 2 cards, you can control it. It's very nice. Especially with outcast effects. I'll take it. But it's not like, yeah, left and rightmost. Your rightmost card, not quite as playable. But if you squeeze enough small outcast cards, it becomes pretty cute, actually. Oh yeah, let's not forget, this combos with the most infamous card of all time. The board clear guy. So yeah, Throw Glaive actually is thumbs down. Nice combo. If you can see it the way that I see it. You know what must be done. That's all I have to say. You will see what must be done. That's the speech line one. The 4 mana. 4/2 comes down, it clears your board and deals 8 damage to everything. And now it will deal damage a lot faster, so you can't just protect yourself with taunts. You can't do jack shit right now. Your board will be cleared indefinitely. Also, I'm not sure how it works with that card. If it dies, right? So it probably can die at any moment, honestly. At any moment after casting the spell. Oh man, this is pathetic card design. They just really wanted this new card, apparently. Can you at least make it 2 mana? Deal 3 or something? It will still be incredibly powerful, but like... That's what they have to check every single time you want to print something new. Check what kind of iterations of this you can come up with. Are you serious? This is ridiculous. And it doesn't deal damage to you either. It's not like your hero has to attack it or anything. Fuck me. It's not like you need to become immune. It's not like a taunt would prevent this card from being played. It's just a broken card. Here you go. Demon Hunter is the most stupid class because it has the most broken board clears, including, well, also, their buddy, the Paladin, also has the most broken board clear, which is Equality Consecrate board clear. For free. For 3 mana. Oh! We kind of bumped Equality to 4 mana, but we're gonna create Equality Consecrate instead. You know, that's the mentality of Hearthstone developers these days. It's just, oh, Libram of Justice, that's... Oh, we also gonna nerf it. I mean, boosted by 1 mana too, from 6 mana to 5. No big deal, you know. It's not like it's gonna crush every single tempo deck that your opponent plays against you. Sure, yeah, I like that. So Glaive bullshit does exactly the same thing. It is the most efficient board clear. It can be mana discounted simply by having minions on the board and taking the trades that you can take. And because it's so flexible, it's so good, it's unbelievably stupid. It's like everyone needs cards like these, not just Demon Hunter assholes. We finished Demon Hunter, haven't we? We finished it. You made it. Clap hands, guys. Give us a break. Holy shit. This is also bullshit card. Bladed Lady is immediately get the fuck out of my face condition. Let's get awesome tempo because of my big fist. Like, Demon Hunter can generate 6... This probably breaks the game. You can summon this on turn what? Turn 3? 4? Turn 4? At turn 4, it's pretty broken. If you can just force summon this. What are they thinking at this point? Turn 4? Yeah, you could have summoned in turn 5 the Ragnaros, the 7 mana Ragnaros demon. And you would have done that and you would have won most of the time. This is kind of similar problematic demon. But it has more ways to be summoned. Way more ways. It's way more consistent. But obviously it goes from 6 mana to 1 mana, which is another fucking weird thing we've never seen before. We have never seen a card like fucking do such a wacky thing. But whatever. I say it's bullshit. I don't like this at all. It's already boosting an archetype that already exists. Stop! It's already breaking the meta. You know? We already get a bunch of attack buffs as well, so it's probably reasonable to think you can summon this at turn 4 or 5, which is insane. Okay. Draw a card, and you get all the tempo, you get everything. I don't know, man. If you play it this turn, give you a hero. If you play the card the turn. Another aggro inclusion. But hey, it's actually good in an already existing archetype. Please stop. Can you stop? Now, this is so close of breaking me right now. Okay, and making me put as this like it's a broken card, guys. You don't see it? It cycles itself as a hero power. But it doesn't necessarily do that at low mana. But holy shit is this annoying. Petting Zoo is another one of those 3 mana bullshit 6/6 moves. Like, why? Why? How dare they? You can see they actually potentially lose their creativity, and they haven't actually pushed new archetypes, which is what you have to always do. Just push new archetypes. If you're printing good cards, eventually something's going to happen, and people are going to be very happy playing one new deck. Just one. Because you're never going to nerf Demon Hunter and Paladin, so might as well make another broken deck. By any means. You don't know how to nerf cards. You don't know how to balance cards. Congratulations. You have to make broken cards now. But not for already existing deck types like Aggro Hunter. What the fuck is this? Petting Zoo, okay. Turn 3, 6/6. Thanks, Blizzard. I need more Aggro Hunter. Thanks, Blizzard! Fucking bitch. Give all beasts in your hand +2/+2. That is amazing. As I've said, this Trembling Rhino thing gets boosted very nicely with this. Don't feed them animals. I'll give it actually a seal of approval. I'll just say it's good. It's almost like the thumbs down means that it's actually in a good section because it's broken, right? So it's only a good card, but we have to include it in our decks. You know, it's perfect for our decks. It's advertised as such. It's propaganda, basically. Don't feed the animals. Do feed the animals. Because it's a new deck now. I like that. My deck comes to life immediately, honestly. Iglinoth is just a stupid legendary. It's a good card. It's kind of stupid. It's probably broken, by the way. I'm not gonna say it's broken, but it's probably broken. It's probably a combo card for extra damage again for Demon Hunter. Actually, Iglinoth. Wow. 3 cards. Boosting Demon. Face Demon Hunter. Or attack Demon Hunter. Whatever Demon Hunter we're talking about. This is actually doing a lot of damage to your opponent. So essentially, what is your opponent going to do? He will run out of healing, essentially. There's no way they will survive. It's not like Blizzard just sprint a bunch of heal cards or something. They didn't. They don't give a fuck about that. In fact, this card actually heals you. Allegedly, right? It has lifesteal. It allegedly heals you. I don't know. If you want to, you can play this and not heal yourself. Otherwise, you heal. Because you play lifesteal more, you know? And there's no drawback to that. You can always exchange lifesteal with tempo because you're attacking the minions. It's so stupid. Summon 2/1/1 assistance with Taunt. Very good card. Not gonna be played because it's Demon Hunter. They already have everything they would need. You know, haven't they got enough? What's going on? It's a decent card. It's playable. Who doesn't like Taunt? I like Taunt. Why do we have another 7 mana Demon Hunter spell? Am I stupid? What does this do? Well, it clears the board indefinitely. You might even include this. Probably not. But like, shit, this is insane. And it's also a combo. A 10 mana combo where you just do incredible amount of damage to your opponent. You trade one in. You summon a 3/1 that does 3 damage every single time something dies. And your opponent is obliterated if he played minions. If his board is full. It's your win condition. Your opponent board is full, you win. It's a very weird win condition, but I'll take it. Because despite this being good, I don't think it's broken. You still have to have an empty board versus your opponent's full board. It's still likely to happen, but it's just a very interesting flavor. I've never seen this before. It's just so playable though. You might want to auto-include this one-off in your Demon Hunter. Maybe Demon Hunter is getting a new archetype of Highlander or whatever. Who knows? Fire 4 missiles at random enemies that deal 2 damage each. So you get 8 damage distributed very nicely most of the time. You're gonna set things up. And as a big death rattle creature, yeah, it looks pretty good. It has its own, you know, shit going on right now. We don't really have to care about it too much. This card is very nice. Eclipses are awesome. Enable a bunch of combos. We don't have to unpack what happens, because unpacking combo potential is a waste of time, I would say. Just play with it. Figure out for yourself. Or just pick up a deck that actually does shit like that. Explore it for yourself. I don't want to ruin the experience by making you think about it. Now, drawing 2 cards is just stupid. Why do they come up with this idea? It looks stupid. But with enough card draw, it can turn Control Druid into Combo Druid of some kind. And potentially Combo Druid looks pretty juicy, I don't know. Deal 10 damage, randomly split amongst all enemies. Huh? 3 Arcane Missiles. Is that good? Why is this not 6 mana? Because they know they would feel bad at 6 mana. It should deal 8 damage. Well, it's garbage. This card is garbage. Because the 6 mana deal 8 damage is not being played. So vice versa, this is also not being played. Especially when you can't really buff it with spell damage or anything. It's just lame. However, I don't quite discount cards like these simply because 10 damage does sound like a lot, doesn't it? On an empty board, 10 damage is a win condition. And just because Paladin doesn't play its own 8 damage thing, Mage might actually play this and expect to win the game. But we have seen a card like this before. The big Arcane Missiles that deals 9 damage. And it wasn't being played. Until it... Well, it probably was, but, you know. Who cares? Nobody cares. 10 damage for some reason is not good enough. Because your opponent always has some kind of board presence. And you can't quite clear it fast enough with Mage, I don't know. But Mage can always come up with some stupid ways to clear things and buff spells, discount spells. So, despite being a thing now in the Mage arsenal, it's probably playable. And probably dangerous too. Dangerous. To a dangerous degree. So weird, isn't it? If you control a secret, it also almost makes me rethink, like, wait, 6 mana deal 8 damage in Paladin. Paladin doesn't have any direct damage. That's crazy. No, it does have, like, sort of justice, right? So that's good enough for Paladin. But Mage does not have direct damage that much, that often. So again, you have to think about it that way. It's a deep card. I love it. Okay, I love that all these old god cards are very deep, even though they're so simple too. If you control a secret, summon a copy of this. Basically, they invented an aggro mage. So now with Mask of Cthulhu, it is an aggro viable deck. What? Wait, what? Occult Conjurer? I have to thumbs up because I'm not expecting this to break the game. Wait. Tempo aggro mage is a thing now? It used to be kind of a thing, but now I feel like it is. It is a thing, but it just requires, like... I guess this is good secret. Secrets that draw you cards that generate stuff. You can probably squeeze enough of those. And you're looking for value secrets, right? So I wonder if secrets can do enough value to make this a broken card. Because this can be a broken card eventually, but you know, that's what I'm looking for. I am actually looking to break the game, but not with Mage. Mage is such a stupid class. I'm kind of disappointed that they're just trying to break the game with Druid and Mage. I think other classes are way more flavorful in that sense. But we haven't reached the other classes yet. Oh, well, we did reach Star. First hour completed. Alright. It's fine. I mean, this is probably the final thing that you need in your aggro deck. It does replace card draw secrets or value generating secrets. So with secrets now you will want to specifically generate tempo and negate spells and all that shit. So yeah, negating spells will allow you to keep things on the board. Obviously your opponent will always test for counterspell, which does suck, but they will have to test it every single time you play a secret. It never really sucks. Playing counterspell never really sucks, guys. Give your Silverhand recruits +1 attack and Divine Shield. Very powerful. Also has combo potential. I do not like this because it's a good Paladin card, and Paladin does need good cards. Whenever you summon one health minion, give it +1/+2. This is so juicy. I very much like this. There's already an archetype in Paladin that's waiting to be also tier 1 deck. So this gets a boost immediately. But is this auto-playable? What's going on? This also boosts Silverhand Recruits as well. So Silverhand Recruit card here, Day at the Fair, is actually a broken card. Okay? And you might be surprised if I thumbs it down. Yeah, with all this silver, it's quite a card. Okay, let's not force some kind of meme. Basically, recruits are getting buffed so much that summoning 5 of them creates a win condition board, which is not something Paladin was capable of doing, but now it just irritates me to hell, knowing that this is possible. At turn 7, you just fill up the board. It's a perfect combo card in a way, and if you're very desperate, yeah, you can summon three Silverhand recruits, or just summon them at turn 6, combo, all kinds of bullshit is possible. Is Carousel Griffin a good card? Yes. Yes, it is. It's just not gonna be played. I'm just saying, but it's a good card. Hammer of Naaru. Broken. Oh, hey guys. Have I said that there are broken cards in the set? Wow. 9 damage. 6/6 for 6 mana? What the fuck? Anything related to Paladin where a good card shows up? No. No thank you. I don't like you, actually. High Exarch Uriel. What a stupid name. If your deck has a no neutral cards, gain infinite amount of healing. I don't think it's gonna break the game, so I'll take it, whatever. Whatever you want to do with it. Doesn't break the game, at least. It's a stupid OP Ziliax return. But Paladin can afford healing from 0 to a hero. There absolutely is no win condition against Paladin, unless you can kill them with one shot or something. Unless they run out of healing, and this just ensures that they will never run out of healing. And if you get a legendary, you play a legendary. What's wrong with that, right? For the rest of the game, after you summon a Silverhand Recruit, give a Divine Shield. Also a broken card. But this is why Day at the Fair is the most broken card of all time. Of all these fucking cards. It's the pivot point. And you have to remove the pivot points that boost decks that already are too good to be true. Draw a dragon. Cute. Nothing special, I would say. But actually, you draw a 3-mana dragon, immediate curve up, and those things are not to be underestimated when you can easily curve into something. Because it enables bigger decks, in a way. or more intricate decks that don't run as much early game. But if the early game becomes consistent, then it's really good. Now, playing a Discover Dragon, though, on 3 mana, not the best card to play at 3 mana. But it's still a card. It still heals you, your opponent can't go face. When your opponent casts a spell, they instead cast a random. This, as a counter spell, it's just so juicy, it's so good. Oh my god, this secret is better than counter spell. But even though it buffs Paladin, I feel it's just such a good card design. I'm like, oh my god. I just love this counterspell. Counterspell, all it has to do is negate removals, negate Borklers, and put a lot of fear on your opponent. Of like, whoa, what is this secret? How do I test it and whatnot? It does all the things. It's just the best, man. It's finally a Paladin secret that is going to be played, and it's just the best. Discover a spell, restore health to your hero equal to its cost. Oh, we've seen this before, right? And with the chess piece. Okay. This is fucking awesome, actually. It's just, I don't care about Paladin, because Paladin already outshadows awesome cards like these. You might even not play Oh My Yogg. Might not even play that, you know. As good as it is, as much as thumbs up it gets, it might not be played because of all the thumbs down that we just received. Otherwise from Paladin. Two thumbs down. Legit bullshit. Summon a random 4 minion. Summon a 7 cost instead. If corrupted. Yeah, Temple Priest is a thing. Just goes into Temple Priest easily. Blood of Gihun. Very cute card, right? I like this. If it's playable, I like this a lot. As Taunt too. How is this not playable? They kind of force Taunt right now to ensure these big cards are playable. I just don't like Priest. A lot of people don't like Priest. Temple Priest is a thing, and because I play OP classes, I probably should consider playing Priest more. So, why not? Okay, I'll enjoy every single good card Priest has to offer. This looks really, really cool for a ground fool. Just, I don't know. Deal 2, draw 2 cards, they cost help. This is also cool. It's nothing overwhelmingly amazing. Okay, we can't just give it up to that. But just like 4-3, something, or 4-7, you can summon injured Blade Master or whatever. It's not a big deal, but with the Taunt, 4-7 for 3 mana, yeah. It's pretty broken. Gain +1/+1 for each spell in your hand. I say no to these cards for obvious reasons. You're probably gonna have 3 spells in your hand, so it's a 6/6. So it's actually good. Wow. Impressive, but you know, now you have to break the game. You can't just play a 5 mana poopy. Yeah, it's so weird, but you can't. Unless you really need a mech or something, I don't know. This is super cool. Another super cool card, because if it does extra effects, it's just very much works out. I've seen this played in a reveal stream and like it does nasty things essentially. End of turn effects sometimes get broken, especially when the spell gets repeated by a card that will not be named because I forgot the name. Draw a minion. Reduces cost by 2. Oh. Yeah. Draw a minion, why not? Now there's a big priest in town. Okay, I'll take that. These cards are not to be messed around with, man. The tutoring effect is much better now. But this is where like it always scratches that boundary of like, hey guys, can you at least buff a few cards? This looks like a buff to a shaman card. Why is this on priest? Well, they want to distribute interesting card effects as much as possible, which is another problem that Hearthstone has, right? It's 10 classes. Who needed a 10th class in the first place? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm sitting here and I'll have to review 10 classes now. No one wants to do that, guys. No one wants to get extra work. And extra paint has to be used. You know, extra voice lines and all that shit. When you can just buff a few cards, guys. Don't worry about it. You don't need to have staples. You already made a staple. Okay? And these buffable cards could even be, you know, you can create upgradable cards. Just like you have, just look into Elder Scrolls Legends, copy all their notes, because they have made a sacrifice. They have created a game that died. Okay? Copy Elder Scrolls Legends. They made a legendary sacrifice to show the light of card games. Okay? It fucking hurts me that the card game is dead. But I truly understand. I truly appreciate what it's all about. I think even, I don't know, man. It's just, these are programmers in Bethesda. These are programmers who are fucking geniuses. They have grown into geniuses. You have to appreciate their fucking, you have to just copy their notes. Because they're dead. You win Hearthstone? You like it? You did the hightail move, guys. Where Minecraft is killing Hightail because Hightail wants to hide in the shadows. Elder Scrolls Legends just ran away and couldn't quite finish a card game seasoning, you know? Couldn't quite roast it till it's playable. Because it can't compete with all these colors and slow progression system and a huge community that Hearthstone built and all this stuff, you know? Progression of power creep, but sure. There's still a lot to talk about, as you can tell. After you cast a spell, reduce the cost of a random card in your hand by 1. Amazing card. Really amazing card. Wow. Nazmani Bloodweaver gets my sparkles. You can see how reducing mana cost is just an amazing effect. Nazmani Bloodweaver. Wow. Reduce my hand cost, please, senpai. So I can fit it in your butthole, that's what it is. What a weird one. What a weird request you have there. Now I want to watch porn again. Oh, what am I gonna do? Discover a spell, reduce the cost of spells in your hand by 1. This is also an interesting card. It's ridiculously interesting, honestly. You get a card for a discount. So discover, you just Discount all the spells. What is this? This is like a new tempo brewing. Tempo priest. I almost want a thumbs up, but I don't care. We'll just play tempo priest. Let's go. Reminder that tempo priest is tier 1. Simple reminder. Why is it tier 1? Well, priest can do very interesting things. The only problem is I don't have the mirror. You have to auto-include mirror in every priest deck. And you must stop playing this stupid control priest all the time that everyone else is doing. It's disgusting. Give your hero stealth for 1 turn. Why? Immunity effect though? Immunity effects have been broken this whole time. So it created combo Paladin. It probably can create combo Rogue. And I'm all for it, okay? I'll thumbs up Cloak Shadows. Cloak of Shadows. Well. We have a combo. Yeah, Rogue might actually become tier 1. No big deal. Or scratch tier 1 existence, whatever. Who knows what that means. Your next combo card this turn is 2 less. It's just a combo enabler. Squeezes itself in quite a bit. But I won't say it's a good card. I would just not. But it's just so cute, right? It's a squeeze tempo. If you're really trying to be aggressive, but it doesn't quite fit the narrative. Just a good card. Almost a good card. Almost. I'll say almost a good card. Because sometimes you will not have a combo card. What are you gonna do then, asshole? What's the point of just 0 mana Foxy? Discover a card after you eat your stupid cookie. The cookie is attacking me, by the way. So, 1 second. Maybe there's some combos you're desperate to activate, but it's like... I guess that's pretty cool, actually. It doesn't just satisfy a 0 mana cost 3/2. I'll say it's a good card, but it also activates the combo, right? It's a good card. Discover a card in your deck and draw all copies of it. Very good card. It's probably some kind of combo potential as well. Destroy a creature. Good. Now destruction is like super useful. So instead of this displayed instead of sap. But it's very hard to shuffle things into your deck. I'm just saying. Just saying. Okay, so deal 1 damage to a minion for each. You play a bunch of cards, you deal 3 damage to a minion for tempo. For a 1-drop, it's good. If you need a 1-drop and it's in high demand all the time to have low mana tempo plays, so it's a good card. And for minion attack, your hero summon a copy of it with stealth as a secret. I saw a Trump review of this. He said like, oh, it's just like corruption. Shut the fuck up, Trump. It's a corruption secret where you can also go face now. You basically are allowed to go face against your opponent. You can race your opponent a lot faster with this shit. The only problem with this is the playability rate in general. Is your opponent gonna be willing to attack your face at all? That's the biggest question, and that's what turns this into corruption level garbage. I don't think this is too playable, but honestly, as a tempo player, it's a threat. For me, it's a personal threat. Gain to attack and stealth. For corruption. Yeah, these cards are annoying. Can only be deleted by a board player. And you will wait to corrupt this. And you get 5 damage, and it's just... why? Stealth Rogue is... or some kind of weird rogue right now. That goes all in, pretty much. Tier 1. Well, it's not going to be Tier 1, because Tier 1 decks are going to be able to heal exponential amount, okay? It's just... you can't beat them with aggro decks. So good luck with that, rogues. No matter what they do, they can't beat it. They can only beat it with a combo of some kind. And it still feeds a combo deck because it adds stuff on the board that's very difficult to get rid of. And with a few removals, you can break through and kill the Paladin. They might not even run Consecrates anymore. So imagine, this is a very possible combo right now. Draw a spell, add a minion. So because you always guarantee to get a minion, that's a good card. Just, that's what you want in a card. Not fuck you up when you draw 2 cards. Return a friendly minion to your hand. It costs 1 this turn. Wow. Right? It enables some kind of combo for sure. Right now with these 2 cards. But I've said it simply, you know, this card enables everything. This is a pivot point, and I like this pivot point. Shuffle 3 tickets into your deck. This is just something you add into your rogue deck. Especially if you're trying to do combo bullshit, you'll draw a bunch of cards and you'll keep rejuvenating your board. I mean, what else do you want? I'll skip this, you draw a weapon. Sure. Do you need to draw a weapon? Shaman is like very important for me as a class. It gets 1 new weapon. Whack a Gnoll Hammer. After your hero attacks, give a random friendly minion +1/+1. It's a lame card. Unless you're really desperate for weapons, which I don't think so. Transform all minions into random ones with same cost. Revolve. Yeah. It's a good card. Evolve was a little bit too broken, so they invented a decent card. I'll thumbs it up. Finally, Evolve is back. Who doesn't like Evolve? Fuck yeah, dude. And there's definitely space for Evolve right now. Definitely a huge demand for this card, which is why I immediately thumbs it up. Deal 3 damage to a minion. Give your hero 3 attack this turn. Wow. That's a lot. That is a lot. Six damage combo. What even is this? It looks like a small deal, something like Demon Hunter can always get 3 attack out of it, an asshole, but it's such a flex thing, like it's the next level Borkler if you need it. It's a good face card. It's good tempo card. That's it. Just a very good spell. Summon Duelist, Corrupt, summon 2. Wow. It's actually trash. Who cares, right? But you can still revolve this. And that's the idea here. You can play a decent card, 4/4 on 3 mana, and revolve it if Duelist dies, you know. Duelist gotta die, man. That's what they have to do. Grand Totem doesn't feed into the Totem archetype too much because nothing else appeared, but that's what a legendary is supposed to do. It's supposed to feed a deck that already exists to some degree. Deal 4 damage, deal 2 damage to all minions. Yeah. That's a good card. That's how you make corrupt cards. I'm not super excited about Borklers or anything, but it is to enemy minions. It is incredibly powerful. It does 8/4 damage. It's like a enhanced swipe. Fucking amazing. Honestly. Because I love Shaman so much, might as well. Slam dunk, motherfuckers. And Dunk Tank is actually a sentimental moment in VGHS history, okay? Tribute, for no reason. But the real idea is enhanced swipe. Not only you can kill a 6/6 with this, but I mean, it gets crazy immediately. Destroy a random minion, corrupt. Destroy 2, corrupt again. The double corruption, pretty sweet. This is a broken card though, so you know, if you play too many big minions, it will be a disaster. Let's hope Warlock is not crushing the metagame right now. Probably is though. Probably is. So, Cascading Disaster. Whatever. You can play around it. You know when it's coming. You know what's happening. I'm not gonna dislike it too much. This card though, everyone can approve this. I don't even know what this means. What does this fucking mean? Well, it means if you have low attack minions, which with very crazy combo potential, yeah, you just gonna go nuts and buff their attack at the same time. This is the craziest control card ever, I would say. Control combo card. That's what you're looking for. Deal 2 damage to all minions except demons. This deck of chaos get a thumbs up? No, because it's a legendary. You don't get thumbs up as a legendary card. They're obligated to create cards like these. Okay. So it probably would get thumbs up. It wouldn't get sparkles, but I don't have to waste my breath with initial review, right? Only if I get it. It gets automatic thumbs up if I get to highlight it in my playthrough session or whatever. Deal 2 damage to all minions except demons means it's an okay card. Yeah, Borklers are annoying. It's very good when it's on a minion too. Yeah, I don't like it, but I see the appeal of this card. I mean, we used to play 3 mana. Deal 2 damage to non-demons. So it's actually quite a bad memory. But power creep makes it where, like, yeah, it wasn't that played anyways. So it needed a power creep for some reason. And aggro decks are just annoying anyways. You don't want to play a full board of shit. It should have a weakness. Draw 2 minions if they're both demons, reduce their cost by 2. The real power creep, and why Borklers kind of failed their functionality, but they can't be buffed. The Borklers themselves can't be buffed, but they can't come with a body. The main functionality is that you can constantly spit out minions and generate cards a lot faster. You can discover cards. You can draw more cards. Because of that, board clearing doesn't finish the game as it used to do. You draw minions. They're both demons, reduce their cost by 2. Oh. Well, that's a good card. Demon Warlock is a thing, but... Is it? Is it really? I don't know, dude. It sounds like they're trying to do something new. Which is not supposed to be legit. Midway Maniac. Sure looks like 1/3 for 1 mana, but... an additional demon with high amount of health is just gonna make it into every token list or whatever. I mean, we saw a demon Warlock a little bit, and we have a few cards that function with demons. I mean, I guess it's gonna be a thing. I'm just not looking forward to it because it sounds kind of boring anyways. Give a friendly demon 3 attack and lifesteal this turn. Most importantly, Warlock just doesn't have healing, so shut up. You're not gonna get anywhere without healing. It's just, you know. Hearthstone, aka the heal games. Not quite the Hunger Games. Although lifesteal is a thing that can turn heal games into Hunger Games. Give a friendly demon 3 attack, lifesteal this turn. Yeah, that's fucked up. I guess I was looking at the heal card and I'm like, Warlock doesn't have any heals. Oh wait, that's a heal. So yeah, they pushed demon archetype to infinity at this point. I don't know if I care though. Why is this not a demon? Please explain, guys. What? It was too good, I guess? They had to nerf it? Summon 2 imps. Oh wow. I really don't care, but Demon Warlock is a thing now. I really don't care though. And Tacatus is another fancy demon. I'm not gonna lie. Holy shit, is this fancy. Not only is it a big body, but it can be a drawback to your opponent if you're really desperate. So you can actually pick whether you're playing against control deck and you now more likely to win a control matchup. So in a way, this demon archetype might actually be a very colorful and weird thing to fight against, actually. Because they're gonna try and fatigue you. This is a must-have legendary card. Takeda's, I guess my seal of approval. Wow, I can go fast or slow. You decide. Discard your lowest card, give your minions +1/+1. This is another Zoo Enabler, which is stupidly powerful, I would say. Add 2/1/1 riders with rush to your hand. It's a death rattle. Looks decent. Bumper card. So weird, man. Why does it not summon the riders? I guess you need it for the combo with the legendary. But again, it's just a combo legendary. This is just a card draw legendary. Deal 5 damage randomly split amongst all minions. Oh. They invented that stupid card. Darken the skies. Or dark skies. Well. Fine, yeah. It's fine, I guess. Especially when you know what they did with this card. They also tried to enable some enrage mechanics or something, which is now unlikely to be happening, but why not, right? There's still some enrage cards that can potentially be problematic and create a stupid tempo warrior deck or whatever. But the power creep just doesn't allow this. Well, you will play Minefield though, so might as well figure something out with it. Something you can do with it besides just dealing 5 damage. If you summon a Berserker, which is still 7 points of tempo, you can get 15 plus attack. Who doesn't want to deal 17 damage? Fuck yeah, dude. I'll take that. Give a random taunt minion in your hand 5/5. They can't stop it. They can't stop the meme, okay? They usually look back into their cards and they're like, oh, we can reprint this card for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Shut up. Nobody cares about taunt minions that much. I don't think it's gonna be played, honestly. Unless they're really desperate for some weird turn 4 taunt. Sword Eater. It could be pretty big, but like it's still not OP, right? If you... Big minions are very powerful up to turn 5, I think. Then it's not good anymore. So, summoning a very big taunt, I guess it's fine, but you don't draw the taunt. It's a shitty card. You just waste your turn 3 or whatever. I don't care, dude. But this is a strong pirate. What the fuck? What? Sword Eater. I have to force approve this. Sure, nice. Tempo-taunt. It's fine, it's Tempo-taunt pirates. Yeah, let's not forget that part. Pirate. What the fuck? It does too many things. And it can get buffed too. This is probably playable. Okay. This weapon. Draw a rush minion, give it 2/1. 2/1. Corrupt. Oh, wow. Now that's fucking crazy. Stage dive. Wow. Combo wombo. And it's fast as hell. Wow. It's so easy to corrupt one mana card. It's insane. You're never gonna be desperate to actually draw it on turn 1. So you're always gonna get +2/+1. And you're always gonna get a very nice rush minion, obviously. Okay. Give a random minion in your hand +1/+1. What? Why should we care about this stuff? They underprint 2 drops a little bit, I think. For good reasons, but whatever. We enter neutral, so we finally beaten up every class. We're almost 2 hours in. Cost 1 for each friendly minion. Why Reynad stopped, reviewing cards? Does he not care about Hearthstone anymore? That's kind of fucking weird. You can't just go into development mode of a new game and be like, well, I don't care about anything else though. I only care about my people and shit. I understand that, but it's a wrong move to make, 100%. Reynad. Raynoodled. Get Raynoodle out of here. I'm so angry about Hearthstone. Well, he did got famous, so it's like, I guess you can leave if you want to. You can afford it. I don't know. Or you just in panic mode. Who knows? This looks way too familiar in terms of like the drawing. But I'll take it. To each player's hand, add 2 bananas. Now it's actually a good card. Because burning your opponent's cards and just throwing bananas in there, you can get clogged up really fast right now. It's so weird. Cthulhu is fine. All these old gods just trying to add the flavor in the carnival already that exist and see if they fit in the whole charade. They probably can. I mean, Cthulhu is going to be a wonderful win condition for every deck that needs one. Every aggro deck that needs a way to out-control control decks or whatever. Out-combo control decks. Squeeze in that win condition of some kind. Here you go, you have one. And it's not that expensive, it's just 1 card, honestly. Draw 1. Yeah, this is just a stupid card. Is this even gonna be played? I don't know. Okay. Is this even playable? But it is playable on its own level. And if you just have two creatures, so on turn 1 and turn 2, and you play this on turn 3, yeah, I'll take it. It's just, a meme way to play the game, but you get all the tempo. You burn your opponent's tempo very fast. I'll take it, man. I'm not gonna like it or anything, but if you can utilize this card, whatever. Summon 2 copies of this. Oh, wow. Oh my god. If you can play a 10 mana card, you activate this. I love this. This is amazing. What a wonderful discount we have there. For 12 points of tempo. This card is broken either way, basically. Even if you don't play 10 mana cards, which you kind of want to play in conjunction with this. But the best part about this is discounting this bastard. Drawing and discounting it by force. Whichever class can do it best, okay? Good luck with this card. Can't wait to see it discounted. Imagine, like, you draw this and, like, you even buff it with something. Like, there's so many stupid things you can do. I think Carnival Clown is just gonna be a sparkle, a star. Feed me buffs and discounts. What a clown, dude. I fucking did it. They did a sparkle. For the 4th time. And because it's neutral, it's very impactful. Very, very much. It's probably gonna be crafted. Have to prepare myself. Taun. This has all minion types. Oh wow, I love that shit. They had to print a different kind at 4 mana. It's not necessarily powerful anymore, but you know, it had to came, you know, with the package. It's a filler card, rightfully so. It's a flavor filler. It's like a sandwich, right? You have to have that fucking bun. You have to fill your stomach with something extra here. Restore 4 health. Deal 4 damage instead. That's such a weird card, not necessarily. I mean, it's good, I guess. Dealing damage is better than healing, but healing is good, and we have seen healing being played very often. And because of the... wow. I'll take any heal I can get, okay? I'm sure some classes say exact same thing here. And if they can do extra damage, yeah, they'll take that too. Give a random minion, so this could actually be an aggro card just as much. Which is weird to say, right? This is aggro cards too? What? What is this? It's a circus medic, that's what it is, motherfucker. The claw machine is super cool. Super cute, it does what it has to do. It most importantly has combo potential, which is a lot better than just summoning a 5/3 dragon with a divine shield, which is something you can do in a Hearthstone apparently. Give a random minion in your hand +2/+2. Wow. Another buff card for the circus clown. Or carnival clown. Holy shit. We've sparkled the right pivot point there. Divine Shield, Corrupt Gain Rush. Yeah, that's a nice Divine Shield minion. I'll take that. Now, like, you don't want to play neutral cards anymore. So it just seems kind of pathetic here. But, you know, it's a good card. We can skip. Summon a 1/1 rider with rush for each minion in your hand. Wow. Wow. Interesting control card? What? But you have to say it's tempo card, because like you have minions, but it's so weird. You have to fill your hand with minions and shit. And then it turns into such a good card, because everyone has access to it. You have to pay a little bit extra to make this work. It obviously isn't a good card, but it's a beautiful tempo card. It's a beautiful control card, all that shit. So trying to figure out how this works is a lot more difficult. I don't play control, so I can't actually tell anything besides that this isn't power level higher than what I usually see. And most importantly, everyone has access to this, so people can buff this. People can bounce this back to their hand. There's so many class exploits that people can do in different environments, let's put it this way. Different classes, different exploits, whatever. Your other minions have +1 attack. This gains +4 attack. Holy shit, we have never seen this before. Darkmoon Statue. Anytime I give thumbs up, it's a game changer. This is insane card. I gave it a thumbs up, but I gave it so fast that double thinking about this. This is a better Flametongue Totem. Strictly better. So strictly better that it blows my mind that they unnerfed Flametongue Totem and made it neutral. What the fuck are they thinking, dude? But I'll take it. Nobody was complaining about Flametongue Totem. Jesus Christ. Why did it had to suffer like that? Well, it did. It was a problematic 2-drop, I'm not gonna lie. But, come on. Cool. Cool card. It's probably looks like a filler. But, maybe it's not. Maybe, at some point, Wind Fury is not a joke. So you can never know. Especially with all the hand buffs. You might need cards like these. Just as a test condition. You want to take 10 damage? Oh, you do? Okay. You're doing your combo wombo thing. Okay, I'll just deal 10 damage to you. No big deal. If this had rush, then I would totally fall into it, but obviously we already have a 6 mana 4/5 rush Wind Fury, so I don't know how to feel about this. Should have added stealth. Or Divine Shield maybe? And make it a 3/3 or something. It would be a clear power creep. But that's what you gotta do when you work in Blizzard. Just lost my toast. Rush, Corrupt, gain 4/4. Wow. If you can play this, it's very good. Every corrupt creature is like that, pretty much. Well, if you can play this corrupted, you'll take that. And otherwise, Rush 4/4 is garbage. So that is a very difficult juggle to make. It's not particularly good card. It's just, yeah, you can probably play this. If you played an elemental last turn, deal 3 damage. What? Who cares? Nobody cares about 3 damage. This is a nice card. Horrendous Growth. Maybe people are actually underestimating how powerful this is. This is a 2-drop. Okay? You understand? It's a 2-drop. If you can play it as a 5/5 or something. Wow! 2 mana, 5/5. You don't like that? I'll give Horrendous Growth as... Also, with all the discover effects, with all the draw effects, you can turn into 30/30 most definitely. So weird. Oh, nice 2-drop. I'll craft it. I'm not ashamed to admit that I'm a loser in this game. I know, okay? Creatures like these get removed immediately. Or silenced. Some stupid shit, you know? Demon Hunters and Paladins just can deal with this easily. Oh well. But... There is no but. We can only hope that there is some counterplay that we can do against these stupid classes. There's probably is a counterplay. There probably is. You might even be able to stealth this or whatever. Somehow. Or like... There is the Dormantation. You make this creature dormant, and it comes back as a 30/30 and smashes your opponent in the face. It's perfect. Cast a secret from your deck. Sure. You add it into Mage decks, and that's it. Don't put it anywhere else, though. Why bother? Ritualist, add a random 4-cost minion to your opponent's hand. Also, I'm kind of suffering from fatigue. Anytime you sit for 2 hours, it's fatigue time. We're already hitting 2 hours anyways. 2 hours completed. So I'm taking a break right now. We have just a few cards left for overall impression. Maybe I'll come up with something else. Ooh, prepare yourselves for ultimate bullshit of Hearthstone. I mean, finally, I feel we got collected more thumbs up than thumbs down. It's just the starting point where the bullshit classes got introduced, and for some reason they continued their bullshit behavior. Fine, guys. Fine, I'll beat them up somehow, okay, with my Tempo Priest and Shaman. I don't know what Shaman is supposed to do. Shaman just beats everyone, okay? When I try hard enough, okay? Okay. Why is this not a type anymore? Not yet a type, right? There's so many ogres. Could be already a type, and this is not gonna be underplayed if it's a type, because you can summon it with an Azoth. I mean, what was the point, right? But they just keep forgetting that they can actually buff cards and change cards. What's wrong? I remember them adding Elemental name tag to a few cards when it was introduced. But they keep forgetting there's more types. Ogres are just very often appearing now. They should be a unique type. There's not a lot of cards left. Okay, let's take it Nice and slow. To your opponent's hand? That's so weird. This is still playable. Wait, it's not. 3-4 taunts still already exist potentially, and Demon Hunter already has a 2-5 taunt. Lifesteal. What else do you want from a taunt? What the fuck? What is this? This looks pretty cute for every aggro deck. I like that. Resurrect a friendly minion. Okay, yeah. The Zod is gonna be cute. I said I need ogres too. Please. After you summon a rush minion, give it a +2 attack. Rush. Oh, you buffed that stupid charge card for warrior. No, it's for everyone. Oh, that's... They just do it all the time for some reason. It's so fucking weird. They buff a card and make it neutral. Okay. Did stolen the idea of Flame Tongue Totem, which I don't quite like it for everyone to have Flame Tongue Totem right now. It's amazing. Because, you know, Hunter is also gonna play this bullshit. And it's gonna be better than ever. Oh my god. Just 5 points of tempo that spreads on other minions. Unbelievable. Both players... Well, Hunter does have a 3 mana effect like this with a companion, animal companion, and you might want to have a beast tag. But let's be honest, this card is crazy. And everyone needs it. Everyone needs attack buffs. You have no idea how much they need it. I needed it forever. I would copy this card with Faceless, if anything, just to get some attack. It's finally, the power creep finally touched the wrong card, guys. Finally, tempo is on the rise. You have no idea. This card literally enables tempo single-handedly by adding a little bit of attack. You have no idea what attack means, guys. It's miniature Savage Roar. I'll take that. Savage Roar kills people. Miniature Savage Roar is a good card. Both players draw a card. Oh, you came back finally. Too bad we can't really break this card. But, I guess Warlock is gonna use this. I mean, they will no longer use a hero power. That's very sad, but they will... See, like, even hero power is just asking to be improved. But whatever. They will never touch that. Another Rager. And this one looks juicier than ever before. I don't quite know what to think about this. It's not going to be played. Unless you need to squeeze in that elemental thing for your N'Zoth. You might actually play this. Just one elemental that doesn't suck ass. But you would probably rather play this to be able to buff it with your amazing Darkmoon Statue and kill your opponent next turn if it survives. Silence all minions. Holy shit! What? What the fuck is this? No, it's just Showstopper, okay. Silence all minions. What does that even mean? They finally invented silence that doesn't suck ass, okay? That you can also silence with silence. Silence. This is auto-include in tempo decks 100%. Why? Because tempo decks hate bullshit cards. We want to silence that shit. This is like incredible. And the moment we get board cleared, we don't want the opponent to have anything that's substantial. And it's just a good card to play in general. And you control this. You can actually attack with this. It's crazy. I'll take that anytime. This is so useful in every combo deck and whatnot, like everything. This is the super useful card, like unbelievable. This is weird. Why is this not a highest cost card? It just pains me, guys. And why is this not a pirate or something? So painful. Lowest cost. What's the... What? But it's still so good. But it's so bad at the same time. Oh, why not the highest? Why? Why tease so badly? To have better mulligans. I would love to. But I guess it still gives you a better mulligan in a way. You decide. You can't really throw away your big cards, right? So you can choose when to. I guess that's what the safety inspector is doing. Is like, as it's progressing in curve, he's making sure that the big guys stay in the back if they're not prepared. They have to be prepared. They have to do a lot of shit in order to be playable in the first place, right? Yeah, safety inspector. You know what? We have some hard feelings for you, but he goes first. One mana. Get it? He goes first, man. It's amazing flavor, dude. I'm like, they fucking hired a person. Somewhere, somehow, they fucking figured out how to continue the trend of making a good expansion yet again. And claps to that. Okay? Show completed. I very much appreciate this. This might just be a video of its own kind, so I don't have to worry about talking about Justin Bieber again. Oh my god. Give adjacent minions +1/+1. Oh wow. That's amazing. I like that. It's not... Why is this not a Murloc or anything? I don't get it, but sure. And the old gods, like, they just packed in a punch, man. They really fucking went extra mile to do this, so super cool expansion. Can't deny this is something we have never seen before. But we're still gonna play Demon Hunter and Paladin, so nothing really changed. It's just, it was fun reviewing cards, I guess. Oh, and yeah, I guess we'll still have a new Hunter archetype. Hopefully Tempo Priest is not a shit thing. Maybe Shaman has enabled its own playstyle. But I will not try and theorycraft too hard. Shaman just kinda sucks ass. You can potentially get some Murloc value here. I played Murloc Shaman before. It's not viable, but you can play it. And with a few additions, I guess it might be actually good. You know, it might actually win some games. So Murloc Shaman is worth a try. There's probably some decks we can put together that are worth trying, so maybe we can have this special segment of like what are these people were trying to do when they were building these cards, what they expected us to play, and what I will play, you know. Or at least I will look forward to see someone else play it, at the very least, right? So let's see what we have after we have dissected the flavor, because it's worth taking another look, right, after everything is revealed. Especially keeping in mind that these cards are game changers. Carnival Clown, right? Game changer. If you have a 10 mana card that you can play, which doesn't exist anymore, 10 mana cards is a no-go zone for anyone. But that's fine. What if you multiply cards? What if you buff cards? Then you can still play the goddamn clown. And holy shit, this is gonna be Clown Fiesta right there. If we give anyone a star, if anyone deserves a star, it's the clown. That's it, man. And we let people know, okay? Play the clown. Be the clown, okay? Clown is love, clown is life. How else are you gonna enjoy Darkmoon Faire? What are you talking about? It's 12 mana temple play. Yeah, sure, this looks like a 12 mana temple play too, but it's exclusively for Druid. Clown means clown, okay? Shut the fuck up. And maybe there's a world where it can't be cleared with just a simple throw glaive moment. But no, Demon Hunter is gonna go through clowns easily and defeat everyone. I was able to defeat Demon Hunters quite consistently. They weren't a big threat to me. But other classes became threats. Paladin became auto-concede. I would just play a taunt and Demon Hunter's like, wait, taunt? I'm scared of taunts. Please leave me alone. Cool. So, sugar elementals. Whatever, man. We don't have to question Demon Hunter. We don't even need to question Druid that much. Druid, for some reasons, just vomited cards all over the place. Demon Hunter also a little bit vomited all over the place. I don't get it, man. What? And then you have Hunter, too. And, wow, there's just cards all over, man. What's going on here? And then they finally like, oh, okay, we don't give a fuck about these classes, so we're just gonna... No, they do care about Paladin, don't they? So, we know Paladin, we know Druid is still doing its own combo bullshit. It's now inventing its own way of life. Demon Hunter already has a way of life, and Mage has found a new win condition. That's interesting. So is Temple Priest really valid? Yes, it's gonna be fun discounting spells and everything. Especially when you can summon a Temple 10-10 and whatnot. And Temple Priest would probably even have all these end of turn or just reoccurring effects. I don't know. Draw minion, reduce it by 2. Incredible. If you reduce this spell, just keep cycling through some weird stuff. So Priest is fun. Rogue, if you stealth it up, if you create a combo of some kind, with this, most importantly, I think we can start theory crafting, actually. Let me just take all this time and just craft these assholes some decks. And you will see the process of how many decks can I come up with, basically. I want to go ham. What happened? I can't fucking play any YouTube videos. Justin? Are you serious? It doesn't play! Oh my god, it took so much to load. Feel... Please! Don't bullshit on me. I need this right now. Never mind, guys. I have to probably restart my computer. This is so hilarious that it doesn't load YouTube videos. Maybe Google Chrome is doing the opposite. If it does the opposite, well, you win, Google Chrome. You win, Google. I guess you figured out how to do it, actually. Assholes. I'll be so pissed, though. Oh my god. No, it has the same problem. What the fuck is happening? So I have to restart. I have to stop the video. There and upload it, so sorry, guys.